Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is quite early today. It's actually a Saturday morning and I wanted to do this before I started my day. I wanted to do this while it's kind of fresh in my memory. So you might have remembered I have reviewed a Rebecca Minkoff bag a few videos ago, and then I have recently unboxed a Chanel bag, and when I did the Rebecca Minkoff bag I was like, oh, this is very similar to one that I really wanted, and I know it's not going to be the same, but let's see how it kind of works out. And then so I ended up getting both, and I was going to do a comparison today in case you wanted a more affordable option compared to the Chanel pricing. It's definitely a lot less for the Rebecca Minkoff, but I can tell you right now the quality is not that far off. I mean, I shouldn't say that. The quality is obviously not as close, but you get everything you really need with what you're paying for, I think. So let me just show you. I could clearly tell a difference, but if money is constrained right now, or you don't feel like paying that much for a bag, then the cheaper alternative might be for you. So this is the Rebecca Minkoff bag that I've reviewed in a few videos ago, I believe. You might have remembered it. This one is the mini size, the smallest size that they have, and if I remember correctly, I think the large size, so one up from this, is actually more similar. So unfortunately I don't have the one with the size that is exactly comparable, but I think the construction is very similar, so you can kind of take away from it from this. This is called the J'taime, I think that's how you pronounce it, crossbody. It's also sometimes known as the phone bag because it's of this size, but if you get the medium one, which is the one up from this, then it would be obviously not the phone bag. It'll just be the medium J'taime bag. So this one I got in particular is in pink. You could see that they have kind of tried to emulate a quilting pattern. It looks really cool, but it's definitely not puffy. It's flat. It's just stitching that goes around. It has a top handle. It has a turn lock closure right there, and then it's a flap with some compartments on the inside. So right now I have the chain. This chain is removable and it's silver hardware. It is adjustable as well, as you can see here, so it fits my 5'1" frame very well. And then the rest of the inside, it's one big pocket right there, a big slip pocket, a zipper pocket, and then another slip pocket in the front. If you wanted to see more in depth of this bag, I just ran through that because I already did a review and first look. So if you want to see that video, I'll link it down below. But yeah, and then the back has a magnetic snap closure that you can fit the phone in. So just a quick overview, and I'm going to now jump over to the Chanel one. So you might have remembered my unboxing of this one. Oh my god, the color is just it is a blue color, so obviously that's a big difference in the pink, but yeah, you can see that there is quilting, and the quilting is more puffy than just the stitching on the Rebecca Minkoff one. Of course, this is not as puffy as, say, the classic flap, but you do feel it when you run your hand over it. It has the turn lock closure, and it's a flat bag. On the inside there is a front zipped pocket instead of just a slip pocket, and the middle compartment is quite large. Again, I have the chains in there, and then there is a slip pocket on this side, quite substantial, and a zip pocket on the back side here. So yeah, and there are snap button closures right here to cinch it in if you should want to do that. And on the back there is a very big roomy slip pocket, no closure though. All right, so that is kind of it in a nutshell. Now, of course, like I said, I don't have the large size of the Rebecca Minkoff version. So if I put them side by side, you can see that they are not exactly comparable. But if you grab the and their feet on this one and not this one. This one, the bottom actually kind of comes up a little bit, if you can see. So you do lose some space on this one. So, like I said, I will try my best to compare it in terms of the function and the compartments, because the bigger Rebecca Minkoff one is more of this size. The top handle on this bag is, again, it's pretty stiff. It's not removable. And this strap is not removable. It is attached up here. So that's one big difference between this Rebecca Minkoff version and that one. The bigger one of the Rebecca Minkoff is also removable, but I believe it's not adjustable. So that is one problem. This Chanel one is also not adjustable, as you can see, but it so happens to fit me fine on the shoulder and then also crossbody. On the shoulder, it does hang like just maybe a ½ inch too low for what I like, but crossbody is perfect. So on most days, especially if I wear big coats, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you can see that the straps get a little like tangled up a little bit. Not tangled, but like they're not perfectly smooth out. And depending on how they hang, see, I fixed it. Depending on how they hang, it also changes the length. And if I have a big coat, it also changes the length. So I think it's been working fine for me, actually. Now, I will put some stuff in there just to kind of give you an idea, but as you can see, the construction is very, very similar. It's very similar. I'll just bring this in. This is pebbled and this is pebbled, but you could tell the pebble's way prettier on the Chanel. Of course, I cannot compare quality to quality because you are paying a lot more for the Chanel versus Rebecca Minkoff. Oh, by the way, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I got this one on sale, so it's even cheaper than, you know, retail, right? So I would highly recommend looking at this one if for like on sale if you are interested. The Chanel probably won't go on sale, as many of you know. So if you want it, you have to get it basically full price. You could get it cheaper by going to other countries or going to a tax-free location, and that's how you can kind of save some money. All right, so the biggest question I had was whether my phone fits in any of these bags. If it doesn't, then that's a deal breaker. So I think I've showed you before, and so in this mini one, it still fits in the back pocket. It no longer snaps because it's, you know, sitting there. It also does fit. It doesn't fit in this one, but it does fit in the main compartment right there. And if I want it to, in the slip compartment in the very back. I personally love the fact that it has this pocket because I use my phone quite a bit, so I don't want to have to open my bag to get into to get my phone. The same thing goes for this bag, of course, because this one is much bigger. So the phone is snug, but it does fit in there, see? And then, of course, it will fit in all of the other compartments that are here. So the front zipped one right here, and then I should have unzipped it, but and then of course it fits in this big area right here. It doesn't fit in the slip pocket in the front, but it will fit into the zipper pocket, which I don't intend to use for that purpose. So let me just tell you that there is a smaller size of this version, and it is comparable to more like, I think, this size, but thicker. So you see how this one's maybe like 1.5 inches thick. The other one is probably closer to 2 inches thick. So you do get a little bit more space on the smaller version of this, but I will remind you that it doesn't fit your phone. Well, I have the Pixel 2, and that won't fit in the back of the smaller version, but it will fit in the main compartment. It won't fit in the pocket of the smaller version of this. So I think if you are if you want a bag that would fit your phone for the lowest price that has the same construction, this is your bag. So this one will fit my Pixel 2 in many locations, as I've shown you, and you could still have a lot of space. If you wanted a bag that would fit your phone in the Chanel, then you should definitely go for the medium. So that obviously is a little bit more expensive because you have to go up. Now, like I said, I don't have the bigger version of this one, but again, it will fit your phone, of course. Okay, so in terms of when I would reach for one or the other, I would definitely reach for this one more so when I'm going out, because it just makes me more happy looking at it. Now that I have both, I definitely know that this is a better quality. This one also has a little bit more space, and it's just, I don't know, it's just nicer. Like even like looking at the color. If I were to go out for like say a bar or a party or something that I know will get very crowded. Well, it's maybe not in a terribly good part of town, or I don't know, like I want to be carefree and not have to worry about anything, then I might more likely bring this one, just because if it hits something, if it falls, I've never really dropped my bags before, but if it did, I would be less brokenhearted over this one. This one was, I think, I don't know, less than $100. So it was a good deal. And yeah, so let me just show you that when you go out at night, if you put your phone in here, you still have plenty of space to put other things. So if you have a card holder, for example, you can easily either slip it in this front pocket right here, or any of these other pockets. You could put your money in here. You could put more important bills in here. What else do I have? If you wanna, like, this is my Dior lipstick. That can easily fit in there. See that? So, and then I have Sunnies, but it won't fit in there with the case. Chances are, like, say these ones, they're pretty flat. You could fit them in there, just like right there, but you have to be really careful. So it does close, see? But I would be really careful for you. So, whereas the larger size obviously will fit a lot more things without like needing to wiggle in and stuff. I did really like the fact that this has a top handle and a crossbody strap, so I can take it off my shoulder by holding this. The Chanel, unfortunately, does not have a removable strap, and that's one of my bigger things I actually like the Rebecca Minkoff one over, because I love the ability to be able to do that. Now, of course, this is a bigger size bag, so I don't know if I'll ever carry it top handle without the strap, but the fact that I could do it with this one makes it a lot more functional. Like if I wanted to take, of course this is a smaller size too. The smaller size Chanel still does not have a removable strap though. The fact that I could do this makes it more versatile, you know, just because, like, and it's adjustable. So that's another thing. I think that Rebecca Minkoff is really good. So if you are in between height where the Chanel medium size is either too short or too long, whatever, or even the smaller size is too short, too long, then I would say this one might be a better bet. And you know, you still get leather bag, same compartments function, so you can save yourself some money. If you want a luxurious bag, oh well, definitely the Chanel. This one's leather lined as well, and of course the resale value is gonna be a little bit better with this one. So I guess final points. If you're on a budget and you're looking for a bag that could do something like this, I would say get the Rebecca Minkoff J'taime, one size up from this one, so the medium size. It would fit everything you need, just the same as this one. It has a removable strap, so you can even replace the strap with something else. I don't think that one's adjustable, but like I said, if you can always put in a new one. If you get this one, you cannot. This one is stuck in there. There's nowhere to attach another strap, so you can't even play around with that. It's not adjustable, so you have to make sure you try it on and it fits. Fortunately for me, it does. Now, I did not end up getting the medium size of this one because it was not adjustable and it was way too long for me, and so there's no way I could have fit it. This one did have an adjustable strap, so I was able to adjust it to my height, which is why I ended up with this one. However, if I were to get this bag and go out for the day, I will not have enough space, as you've seen, for all of my stuff. I would generally not like to put my sunglasses in here without a case, and I would also maybe want to bring some other things like a lotion maybe, or I don't know what else do I normally bring. Like sometimes I bring packs of tissue, sometimes I bring some snacks. That would definitely not fit in here. And for the weight, both of these feel about the same. This is a tad bit heavier, but I think it's because I didn't put the strap back in here, but I think it's just because it is a little bit bigger. I will say, how should I put this? When I look into this bag, I know that it is a smaller bag, as you could see by the width, but I feel like a lot of the space is taken up, obviously not by the strap, but even with the strap not there, you don't really get all the space because, as you can see, this one divots in, right? So, and it feels puffy, like this zip pocket is puffy. This bag is obviously more spacious because it doesn't, well, I mean, unless you, unless you clasp it, but for the most part, you get most of the space offered to you. I also wanted to point out that it is pretty thin. Everything in here, even though it's leather lined, it's very thin. Not in like a weak, not enough material way, but it feels like simplistic, right? Like you see how thin this is, whereas the other one has a lot of fabric, and so it's puffy. So that takes up a lot more space. But like I said, I will more likely bring that one out on a night, you know, out, just because it will be able to fit everything. I wouldn't need sunglasses. I wouldn't, you know, it would fit everything, and it's carefree. So I hope this was helpful. If you're on a budget, this one would definitely do the trick, or maybe the one size up, depending on how much space you need. If you really, really like this design and you see yourself using quite a bit for more than just nights out, maybe during the day, maybe for other things, like if you're traveling, this one is definitely a bit better option. There is a smaller size and a larger size. Something like, I don't really want something this bulky. You can definitely go for the smaller size. Just note that I think most phones won't fit in the back or in the front zip pocket. It could be fit in the, you can only fit in the middle compartment. The one size up from this is definitely bigger, and I think you can even use it as a work bag. So I hope you found this helpful. I try to summarize it as best as I can, and unfortunately I don't have the same size to show you, and yeah, but I hope I brought up the points that are different and the similarities, which there are a lot of, and hope that that has helped you decide whether you want one or the other, or both. Because like I said, they do different things for me if I, you know, were to go one place or another. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will link the bag, or I will link to this bag and the Chanel bag, and I will also leave the dimensions below. If you're interested in seeing the unboxing of this one or the first look of this one, I will link them below as well. If you're interested in seeing these styled, you can follow me on Instagram. My handle I'll leave right here is Clutch to Carry. I'll also leave it down below. You can see it on me in person, which is a little bit probably better lighting and more natural in the photos. So yeah, if you really like this video, or if you just kind of liked it, give it a thumbs up, and so I'll know to do more in the future. And subscribe if you would like to see future videos similar to this. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.